Hi, this is Chris from the Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from Political Voices Network.
Is there anything left to be said about this, I don't know, clown show that is going on in the House that's going to happen again today? I think there's going to be share music. Bill Murray's going to wake up and it's going to happen again, right?
Well, I heard that they were going to say maybe they should arm wrestle for it, but then Jim Jordan supporters weren't certain if he could win the arm wrestling contest by looking the other way.
Sorry.
I think this is, I heard one political commentator talk about how what's happening in the House is a mirror image of what's happening in the Republican presidential primary, right? You've got a segment of the party that is stuck on what it used to be like, and you've got a segment of the party that exists in what Trump has created.
Yeah.
And the people who know what it used to be like, few and far between are the ones that are willing to stand up. So we'll see how long these people resist Jim Jordan or someone like Jim Jordan. Let's not forget that the alternatives to Jim Jordan are not that much better.
Yeah, Jordan-esque. Manu Raju tweets, multiple GOP sources say Jim Jordan is bleeding votes and is poised to...
You're too happy.
He's going to bleed out on the House floor.
Right.
They're all just going to watch. Okay, and is poised to lose even more Republicans if he goes through with a third ballot today. One GOP member who opposes Jordan says there are about 30 no votes. Now, it is unclear if Jordan goes through with the noon vote. So
you have to ask yourself, what is happening in his little office there, right?
Right.
Where he's like, guys, here's the new strategy. Okay, get the whiteboard out. Let's write this down. I'm going to be more of a jerk to the people I'm trying to win over.
Right.
And can we get Hannity on the phone and make sure that his viewers give them death threats? I think
that'll be good.
People who are worried about my temperament and my ability to lead will be softened to me by me trying to ruin them.
Yeah. Carl, and I have to say at the same time, it's not just us partisans on one side. People just saying they have never seen leadership on the world stage like Joe Biden has exhibited in just the last few days. I mean, it is, if you wanted leadership 101 and how not to lead 101, it could not be more stark right now. Biden's wins tweeted, President Biden's campaign now has more followers than Trump's campaign on Donald Trump's Truth Social app. What an embarrassment for Trump. I mean, oh my God. So much winning, Carl. So much winning. We're tired of it.
Yeah. I mean, this is what abdication of leader, when you can't even pick a leader, this is what abdication of leadership looks like. But it's been remarkably hilarious watching Republicans try to blame their inability to pick a leader on Democrats or Joe Biden.
Yeah.
It's been an inartful attempt at best to watch them answer questions about their failure to pick a leader by saying, "Oh, let's look at the border wall."
Yeah. Exactly. Here's my happy clappy thoughts for 2024. Carl, you can get your thoughts. But Jen Rubin tweeted, Poland reminds us that authoritarian regimes count on depression, resignation, cynicism, and despair to disable opposition. They create a fog of disinformation and bombard the public with serial outrages designed to induce widespread compliance with the regime. And I just have to hope there's going to be a huge blue tsunami pushback on that in November.
Well, all signs point to yes. Look at all of these special elections we've seen over the last year. We knew going into 2022 we were worried, but we'd done pretty well in special elections, and now people see that as an indication that Democrats were going to do okay in 2022. If you look at the special elections that have happened in 2023, not only have Democrats won many of the seats that were held by Republicans, surprising people, but in districts that were not competitive, that were strongly Democratic, turnout was still very high. So those are good indications for November of this year. They're good indications for maintained Democratic involvement in the system. People cannot check out. Like we just said, you have to do everything you can, leaving nothing on the table so that you wake up the next morning tired and knowing that you did absolutely everything you could.
Yeah. And, I'm hoping that we don't fall for a different version of the same tricks as in 2016, Carl. Sahil Kapoor tweets, Cornel West draws maximum donation from GOP mega donor Harlan Crow. I mean, oh my God. He is the Jill Stein of this cycle, and this Joe Manchin no labels nonsense of absolute, also pure MAGA, pure everybody that wants to hurt Biden and get Trump back in office. That's what that's all about. The one hilarious backfire that you've seen is, this latest polling out in the last couple days showing RFK Jr. really hurting Trump in a three-way race with Biden, and now they've spent how long, a year building him up, and they're now furiously trying to tear him down.
Well, talk about ruining a brand. They could learn something from each other, Trump and Kennedy. But that's the thing. We have to be ready for every conceivable ploy that they could try to pull. Whether it was Kanye last time or whatever. Making sure that we are very clear about the stakes here, and that one of the things that I think has kept people from voting third party in the numbers that we traditionally see is people remember what happened in 2000 with Ralph Nader, and they know that the stakes are incredibly high, and that if they do vote for a third party candidate instead of voting for Joe Biden, they are casting a vote for Donald Trump.
Yep. Absolutely. I keep being struck by this and want to get your take by it too. Aaron Rupert said, Biden speaking in Israel warned Israelis against getting consumed by rage, noting after 9/11, the U.S. sought justice and got justice. We also made mistakes, obviously referring to Iraq. I thought that was the perfect note to strike. He said, and he also said the vast majority of Palestinians are not Hamas. Let's just listen to that part again. I was so struck by it. Here he is.
Justice must be done. But I caution this: while you feel that rage, don't be consumed by it. After 9/11, we were enraged in the United States. While we sought justice and got justice, we also made mistakes. I'm the first U.S. president to visit Israel in time of war. I've made wartime decisions. I know the choices are never clear or easy for the leadership.
I thought it not only was courageous, him going there, but I thought he also struck the perfect note, right, of talking about, Hamas committed atrocities, but just about not, like I said, I just thought the analogy to Iraq couldn't have been more apt about let's not.
Yeah, I think his tone has been extremely strong. And when this first happened and we were all horrified by the terrorist attack, I wondered what position would we be in if Trump was president right now? And It didn't take long for him to tell us what he would be doing, right?
Yeah.
He immediately started attacking Benjamin Netanyahu and our allies because he never fails to take an opportunity to side with the wrong people.
Yeah. And Carl, I feel like, there's obviously this stuff, happening on the left as well. This is what's, been disheartening to me, whether it's on vaccine and science but I think John Fugelsang, brought this up. But we have to have the moral clarity to say, we said it was wrong when we attacked a country that didn't attack us when we attacked Iraq. It was wrong when Russia attacked Ukraine, who didn't attack them. It was wrong when Hamas attacked Israelis. This will go on and on and on until we start to figure. And I don't know what the solutions are. I think, like I've been saying, what the point the president made. I think you have to free the Palestinians from Hamas first. And that's not to say Israel hasn't made mistakes, but I think we just have to have the moral clarity, right, to talk.
I think that's the only way that you can get to a two-state solution, which is a lasting peace, is by defeating the threat of terrorism so that you can bring people back to the negotiating table.
There it is, my first drink of the day, Z-Biotics Pre-Alcohol Probiotic. Many of you know my story. I stopped drinking wine for 3 years during COVID, during the lockdown as part of a health reset. Now I drink wine in moderation, but this is an amazing new product. I've always believed in probiotics. And Z-Biotics, check this out. You drink just one of these. It's the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. I am using this and I feel great in the morning. I don't have to worry if I have an extra glass of wine, I still feel great in the morning. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. I've always had acid reflux problems. It is this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. All I know is it works. It is ZBiotics pre-alcohol probiotic. Go to zbiotics.com/politicalvoices or scan the QR code on the screen right now.